In this episode, we will review a minimalist holster from a major manufacturer. As always, I pay full price for each of the items I review and then tell you what's good about it and what isn't. RBB's reviews cover build quality, modularity, and value, so stick with us as we check out the Safariland Schema Minimalist holster. Welcome back to RBB. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing so you don't miss any upcoming content. The first thing you notice about the Safariland Schema is that it is a near full-frame holster that has been skeletonized. While that makes for a unique look, what has been cut away really doesn't save much of any bulk. But on the flip side, what has been left really does aid in the schema's structural integrity. The holster does retain its shape well when the gun is removed. The schema appears to be injection molded in two pieces and then fitted together along the front sight track. But I would point out that the front sight track molded into the spine does not look like it would be able to accommodate a suppressor height front sight that is typically paired with a red dot sight. That being said, the fact that the holster does completely cover a normal-sized front sight is a plus, in my opinion. This aids in comfort as you don't have the front sight occasionally scraping against your body when in the belt line. The belt clip on the Schema Minimalist holster is adjustable for both cant and height. The clip's attachment point has a static cog system for a wide cant option that provides a solid lockup once you decide where you want it configured. In addition, the height adjustment feature has a series of ridges, while paired with a rail system that allow for the clip to raise or lower the holster inside the belt line as it stays centered on the clip. Also on the belt clip topic, the holster is not tuckable under a tucked shirt. The Safariland Schema does have a barrel spike. Some people I've shown the holster to loathe this feature. Their concern is that the spike may come loose from the holster at the worst time and become lodged in the barrel. After looking over the relationship between the spike and barrel, it is clear to me that the spike is of a smaller diameter than the barrel's bore, so that in the unlikely event the spike did break away, it would fall out immediately. My own thoughts on the subject is that while it may not be a necessary feature of the schema, it does add to the holster's structural integrity by acting as a redundant safeguard to keep the gun in place. The wing, or what some people call the claw, is pretty well thought out. It works to pull the butt of the gun in towards the body so as not to print under an untucked shirt. I'd also point out that the wing here is proprietary to Safariland. The schema's packaging states that this holster is red dot sight compatible, and appears that it is so even though I didn't test this feature. There are two different screws on this holster with two different screw heads. One requires a Phillips head screwdriver and the other an Allen wrench. Not sure about the logic of having screws that require multiple tools on the same holster. It can make things more difficult to tighten if you are away from your toolkit. One last feature that impressed me was that when the wing clip screw and rear fastener were removed, the two sides of the holster came apart at the connecting rail. This would allow for deep cleaning if dirt or other muck got inside the schema. On the modularity topic, the schema is handgun model specific and not ambidextrous. Moreover, the holster is minimalist not because it is skeletonized, but because the mouth or entrance of the holster is mostly below the belt line. For this reason, it is still a best practice to remove the holster from the body in order to reholster the gun. The holster can't be readily used with a lanyard, which is probably why none is provided by the manufacturer. It was recommended to me by a subscriber that I demonstrate the belt clip's ability to hold onto cloth when no belt is used, such as sweatpants with a drawstring. While this isn't a scientific endeavor, it seems like a good idea. But just a point of warning that by demonstrating these concepts, I'm not endorsing them. It's best to use a belt for these types of holsters. Plus, a belt helps to keep your pants from falling down. On sweatpants with a drawstring, the Safariland Schema belt clip was successful at holding to the cloth while the gun was removed from the holster. But it didn't work during my testing unless the drawstring was being held inside the clip. On denim jeans without a belt, the Schema belt clip held as the gun was being drawn from the holster as long as the belt clip area had a good bite. I paid about $30 in 2023 money for this holster. That's a fair price for a minimalist holster capable of serving your needs on a daily basis, if it checks all the boxes you require. Overall, I'd place the Safariland Schema holster as a direct competitor to the DeSantis Slim Tuck we've already reviewed. Ultimately, it is up to you to decide which best serves your needs. Thanks for watching, and if you have any comments, please leave them down below. We'll catch you right back here next time on Ranges, Backstops, and Burns.